I'm just gonna turn the liveness on right now. Why not? No longer we have it.
Do not disturb.
Yeah.
You gonna do it over here? Yeah, go around the beach.
Oh. Is it gonna have me in the fucking? Is that angle decent? Do we need to do like that?
Down towards the table, yeah. And then up right there. So I can scoot, or you can. I feel like I'm like, yeah.
The fucking microphone.
I probably could have backed it up some.
Back this up some?
Yeah, I would.
Try to do it with my foot.
I don't know. Those things are so fucking
Wobbly, wobbly. Push to the side. Professionals.
That's what's gonna make it fall.
Both of us at once. It collapses this way. It breaks every single fucking.
That's good enough. I don't trust.
I got a wire on one foot. What is? Don't move. Fucking trip wire. Literally.
Take that.
Here.
Let me go ahead and
Put this over here.
go ahead and share this up.
Oh yeah, we're live.
Yeah.
Look, 3 people on it. MLG
Sure.
Cinema. What's up?
What's up, man? That's Slapshot. Give us a minute. We're gonna share this up because we're live, and then we'll get into it. Where are you? What are you doing?
Sharing it.
Where are you? What are you doing? How do I share it? Okay, there we go. How do I share it?
I wish I would shut the fuck up in the background.
Tweet this out from my personal Twitter page.
Dude, I haven't ate a goddamn thing all day. Oh.
Is it good or horrible?
It could taste like dog shit, and I'm been smashing on it right now, but it was pretty good.
Episode 12. NHL 18. You on here, McVitie? Or is it say 3 because of us?
I don't know.
Check us out. Wow.
What's your question there?
Oh, I know what he's going to ask you.
Huh?
I know what he's going to ask you.
Oh, yeah.
He asked me earlier if I would sell players for cash. And I was like, not me, maybe you.
I don't really have that many players no more. Well, I did upgrade my team the other day. I was waiting to send you the money or whatever day it was.
92 subscribers. Well, yeah, I got a couple more when I was streaming. Facebook. Did you share it to your personal page?
Yeah, that's what's sharing now. I was in the middle of doing it before I was being spoken to by the pizza gods. I'm gonna get rid of this thing. How much? $20? $20 for what?
All right, one more share. Possibly 2 more. I need to throw it on Reddit.
What are you looking to buy?
What's going on with Reddit, man?
I don't know. I haven't been on Reddit a lot because I haven't been playing a lot of Hut, but
Yeah.
Everybody's freaking out.
Yeah, well,
Flopfish.
they banned him. He got unbanned. They unbanned Bacon Country.
I saw his post on there.
Yeah, which I feel like he should be unbanned anyway. He's like what? He said something that offended someone, or he was like defending EA, so they banned him. But he's
Why?
like,
I'm assuming you looked at my team and saw that I just bought that Evo Line A. About 200K.
what is this video? Is that what I put? maybe even episode 12. That's tight.
I mean, $20 for 200K. That sounds like a deal I can't pass up. You can see I kind of sold most of my team and dumbed it way down, but it just felt too slow going against good people, so I bought a few.
Yeah, now what are you going to do against me in the Hut Championship? I'm gonna have the belt.
I didn't think about that, but I guess I'll just beat your ass with the worst team.
All right, so we got
my keys to get those caps off of there, but whatever.
Just go ahead and you might as well go grab them. We're still.
How many fucking paper towels?
What's up, Carter? That's Carter, Ross's friend.
Oh. What's up, dude?
What's up? Tell him his gamer tag right now is like fastest bridge. It's like what Xbox gave him.
Yeah.
I keep telling him he should make it Carter. And he's like, what's that? Who's Little Wayne?
Andrew,
Yeah.
the dude I work with, his last name's Carter, and that's
yeah.
his thing on Xbox is the Carter. He's like, yeah, I made that like when the Carter 1 came out. I'm ready to crack one of these beers open.
Yeah, go ahead. Unless you want to show them off real quick.
I just figured
You just go right down the line.
we got a Dewclaw Brewing. I've never even seen that before. It's not old, but Dewclaw Brewing Enjoy Your Time Away Pale Ale, India Pale Ale. I've never had it before. New Belgium Tartastic Raspberry Lime Ale. That's either going to be the worst beer that anyone's ever had in the history of beer, or delicious. Got a Brew Dog grapefruit infused IPA.
That's what they call me.
Elvis Juice, it's called. It's a grapefruit infused IPA, 6.5% alcohol. Brew Dog is born in Scotland, brewed in the USA, whatever the fuck that means. I had Firestone Walker. I had the Union Jack IPA the other day. This one's the Luponic Distortion. I bet it's delicious because that other shit was pretty good. Look at the front of this one. It's Larry's latest sour ale. This one was really cheap. It's getting near the end of its shelf life. And the Blueberry Jam, Tallgrass Brewing, Blueberry Berliner Lisa beer.
I had to get one more share in there.
Share. That's not. Which one of these do you want? That one?
Sure.
Do you want to go with the fucking?
Yeah, we'll go Tartastic first.
Let's go Tartastic. This shit's.
Yeah, we'll worry about that later, Carter. It's strictly business. $20 code.
Oh.
Yeah, none of that.
I had a problem buying codes off Amazon that we gave away that fucking people couldn't. People ended up not being able to use, and they can't do shit about it.
So we got the sharing all done. You guys know the deal. I'm Shaka Boy OB.
Slow motion 53 rhymes OB.
This is episode 12 of
Live.
That's Tight. Second episode going live. We got two team of the years down since the last episode, one to go. We're gonna basically just talk about some team of the year. I got a couple of topics I want to bring up, like if you're one of the guys that downsize your team, sell off a bulk of it at this point in the year. What staples are you picking up to continue playing on the budget squad? Just some of that stuff.
Joe Valeno.
Oh yeah, you got some. I got some of the bronze team of the year.
When I had a shitty team, Jerry's episode 12.
Episode 12.
That means that's 24 weeks basically. I mean, it's 6 months.
6 months of Hut's
6 months into Hut's Tight.
That's pretty good, dude.
Oh god, does it taste like Reds?
I like it. No, it's just like it is like tarty, but it doesn't have like a ton of flavors.
Why can't it be on time? Did you? Old tardy. Can we shout you out? That's your real name and shit on there. You want to put your government out on the internet like that? What's his gamer tag?
Fastest Bridge 82 or
shout
62.
Shout out to Fastest Bridge 82, 62, whatever.
Yeah. Fastest Bridge, Carter. He's decent at Fortnite. He got me killed a couple times, but he's decent.
Oh, you're playing Fortnite now. Is this Fortnite's Type podcast?
No, not yet. Maybe in the off season.
I've still never played it.
So. I suck at Fortnite, but I want to get good. So rolling into team of the year. Last week was the defensive team of the year.
Oh yeah, I didn't even talk about that, did we?
We didn't talk about this.
Why the fuck?
It is the double bacon cheeseburger pizza cheeseburger. It's two
cheeseburger pizza.
Yeah. Well, it's two. It doesn't matter which way you say it.
It's a conundrum. as old Pepto Bismol would say, it's a conundrum.
But it is two bacon cheeseburger pizzas, and those are like the buns to one massive cheeseburger. So this is the team of the year of Thai food.
The team of the year of Thai food, yeah. We just crammed a bunch of shit that shouldn't go together all in one thing, and after this, basically the entire season's over. The weekend's over after this.
Man,
yeah, it's pretty good. I fucked with it heavy.
Yeah. There's pickles on it, ketchup. It's just like a regular burger on the inside. It's just surrounded by two bacon cheeseburger pizzas.
Send me a $20 bill in the mail.
So, defensive team of the year. Pretty much everyone that we thought was going to make it, except the whole Reddit community blew up because Jamie Benn wasn't on it, which was a huge surprise.
I think the fact that Skinner made it and Ben didn't, everybody freaked out because Skinner's like minus 40 this year.
Yeah.
He has a bunch of takeaways, but it's because they never have the puck because he sucks. That's like, so, yeah.
I feel like people, Couturier leaked. Someone picked him up in Draft Champions, so he leaked early, so people knew that. But really, I think Wheeler was kind of the, you know what I mean? No one really, there was like one person I saw on Reddit saying like, no Wheeler, no, you don't think Wheeler's a lock? And I was surprised to see Wheeler because I have him on my team. I got 599 upgrades from defensive team of the year. So I was happy to see that. I had Kopitar, Wheeler, Barkov.
I had 5 Skinners.
Did you make anything on those?
I had sold them for like
nothing.
Probably, yeah. So in my quest to obtain all the coins possible.
But yeah, overall defensive team of the year was pretty good to me as far as the upgrades go. Yeah, if you went all in on Jamie Benn or anything like that, you probably lost. Shout out. Taze, I made up my mind that I didn't think Taze was going to make it, So I sold.
And even if he did.
Yeah, that's what made up my mind. I was looking at his card and I was like, even if he makes team of the year, I'm not using this card. So
I kind of like that Matthew Tkachuk made it. I put a Tkachuk Evo on my team. It's so fucking cheap. I was looking for a budget as high overall as I could go on some of these, and I actually got Kachuk was more expensive than the Eichel I bought.
Nice.
A couple of 95s were pretty cheap.
Right. My favorite card I don't have any team of the years on my team, period. I just have Evos that upgraded. But my favorite card is probably Kopitar. Honestly, I think Kopitar is my favorite 99, just across the board. His card is sick. And I actually do love Marchand. Marchand was always a card I would not put on my team. But since I have, dude, he's sick. He really is sick. So,
you didn't get a free team of the year?
I did. I got Arvidsson, and he's on I do have him on my fourth line. With my fourth line center is Ultimate Legend Crosby, and then I just have Hossa and Arvidsson around him. Crosby makes everybody better.
I think Hosa's on my second line now. That's how my team is.
So, but yeah, dude, Marchand, and I got a couple nice deking goals with Barkov that I'm probably gonna make into clips and put on YouTube. I have some sick goals with Barkov where I deke the hell out of their whole, like double windmill, both defensemen, and then score. So he's sick. Moving on, let me catch up on the beers.
I can't see this one being good. Kettle soured ale with a dry hop burst.
You're going to have to save me that bottle so I can find the Tartastic. This is pretty good. What's this? Is it hoppy?
It's sour. Oh. Larry's latest sour ale from Bell's up near Kalamazoo. Kettle sour ale with drop dry hop burst. I don't fucking know. Burst. Fucking right burst. Yeah, I got Joe Valeno on my team on my fourth line, and I got Jonas Hiller. That's one I didn't. I still have all 5 team synergies active.
It's pretty easy with the
right.
The goalies they've given us.
Oh, I get trade deadline Bishop starting. Oh, that's usually later in the show, but
so then on Young Guns Team of the Year this week, Matthews made it, which I was really happy about. I had Eichel, Matthews, and Laine that I was wanting to upgrade. Went 2 out of 3 on those. It's pretty solid. Eichel's still a really good card, and I got him for so cheap anyway. Right. So he's not, I'm not really upset he didn't upgrade. It'd be nice if he did, but
I got mine for like 60 after he didn't upgrade. It's like whatever.
I mean, I paid like 115. It was like less than 120 for mine, hoping he upgraded, but whatever. There were so many times I was in the market and gonna buy a Braden Point and didn't.
Right.
Oh, well, I missed out on that. I feel like those little dudes with those big upgrades gives them some balance and some stuff. It puts some ass behind some of them.
It's too bad he's still 5'9".
Right.
Didn't upgrade his height or his weight.
Right.
I don't think there was any surprises on there though. Really, were they? Maybe Aho. But
maybe people all kind of thought Aho,
but I love Aho.
All of the defensemen.
I have Aho on my team.
I was surprised. I think the biggest surprise to me was that like McAvoy and stuff. Not that he was on there, but his card just sucks. Like
I still bought it.
Yeah, I mean,
I got him and
just the fact they're just so low overall. Just like what the hell.
I had the flashback Sergachev and McAvoy, and then I just upgraded to those ones.
So one thing I wanted to ask you, given like every team of the year, there's been like a place to speculate and get an Evo that will make it and become a 99, but was maybe like a 93 or 94 or something.
Yeah.
For offensive though, everybody that's gonna make offensive team of the year is like already like a 97, 98 that I can think of.
Malkin,
is there anybody that stands out to you? Like Giroux, he's already 97. Gaudreau,
right?
Because I'm thinking, I feel like it's just going to be kind of a huge miss. So
Yeah, I don't know. That's true because a lot of them are like, for instance, Crosby, Malkin, and Ovechkin all at this point have multiple 98s that are basically 99s, just not 99 in, officially.
right.
So they're just going to be basically cards that are just complete 99s. I can't think of anybody up in the top of the.
That's why I feel like it's not going to be.
Maybe we see like some of these new Evos.
Yeah, I really don't know about that either.
Yeah, like, maybe probably not, but
that was gross. But I do feel like there's a chance. Like, what if someone like Sagan makes it?
right, or Ben.
Like,
everybody can shut the fuck up about him.
I can't think of really anyone else though. That's what's crazy. Or even like William Karlsson.
Sure, he's got 41 goals now.
Yeah, possibly. So I mean, unless they just go strictly by points picked up.
Who the fuck is Joey? You would check the spelling on that. It's got to be Taves, right?
No.
The OE. Joey Zevo.
Yeah.
Like a T instead of a J. I don't fucking know, dude.
So team of the year, honestly, I feel like this year team of the year was pretty lackluster anyway, because no one.
It's all the high end cards that there already were.
There's so many high overall cards. It's just not worth the upgrade. Movembers were usually like hard to get from November. You know what I'm saying? Evos seem like now they're giving out Evo packs. Like past November, there was never any way to get more Movember cards.
Right.
So, which I mean, it's not necessarily a complaint because that's one problem with the game every year is like there's a high entry level to the game because it's hard to get these expensive cards.
Right. Well, I think, I don't think that was their problem is doing the EVOs how they did as much as when they did the ice upgrades and all that stuff and just made them like some people's opinion, way too many high end upgrades. And now it's like everybody has the same team. Everybody's got these cards are all cheap. There's so many of them. It's easy to get a lot of these synergies.
Right. I don't see why they had to like. I understand why they did it, but like there were some people that literally got like a 6-point jump. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they didn't have to do that. Like for example, even like Wheeler.
Right, he was having a good year, but
yeah, like they bumped him up to like a 93 on the ice card, and then he like never even got another upgrade.
Right. Yeah. I mean, even with these team of the years, I think one of the things I like seeing in that is that cards getting upgrades that didn't have good cards before, like making usable cards out of these. And there's not that many of them really.
Right.
Maybe Will Butcher if you're a huge Devils fan or USA Hockey or something. Use Saros or fucking, some of these fourth line guys or Rasmus Dahlin, I guess, if you're a fan of the team that's going to draft their number one. But it's just not a lot of.
Right. One thing that I think would be cool is if they gave you a card and basically what it was like, say you get an evolution card. Let's just call it an evolution card. But what it is it doesn't just automatically upgrade to the next thing.
Yeah.
But let's say like after it gives you like challenges specific to that card. So like you can look at the challenges on the card and it'll say like once you score 100 goals with this player,
right,
he becomes an 89. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or something like that. I think that would be cooler. Or maybe not cooler, but like it could be another card other than that way you could like grind with that player. Like if you have a perk to like keep on your team.
Right. Almost like, I mean, not really at all how they used to do it, but how they used to do it with the training cards.
Yeah.
So you could kind of pick your player and train him up as high as he could go. But instead of that, you're like literally training him in-game training, basically. So, if you get a card and you end up playing 1,000 games with them and have all these points with them, then you can upgrade him to a certain level.
But like, just do it for like the rookies. Like, come out with like a rookie card.
Right. Well, how they had that staggered. You used to be able to play however many upgrades on some of the cards and like just one upgrade on some of the old cards. So
right,
maybe they could still go up a level but the young guys could go up many levels. That way we'd see more difference in team. I like that idea.
So what do you think a good fix would be? What do you want to see done different for NHL 19?
I actually think the ice cards was a good idea. I just think they shouldn't have released 1 million of them. I think if they would release like one team worth of them, how many did they release? It was like 80 or something, 100.
Yeah, it was up.
If they released like a team of the year style 1 week and just did it as 4 lines, 3 D lines, and 2 goalies, and had those guys get the +3s or 4s or whatever, it wouldn't have made such an impact on the stuff. Because there's some cards that got upgrades that were still not usable like a month later.
Yeah, and even like how Stamkos got a 94, Kucherov got a 94, and I think one of the bigger problems was all you needed was the base Stamkos and a gold collectible.
It was already cheap.
Like if you were on there right then at 5, you went and bought someone like that and upgraded them immediately. It was very cheap to get your hands on them, so they were everywhere, and people were making them on all 5 of their accounts. You know what I mean? Like having them and selling them, like it was not hard to do. So that's what I think kind of killed it, because like if they come out with a set like that, there's 100 of them and some of them are 94s and stuff, like they got to be hard to get. You know what I mean? Otherwise, the market, it just absolutely flooded with ice cards. Next thing you know, people are buying 92 Erik Karlssons for $20K.
I think even if they were a carbon in the original card, it still would have been relatively easy to get. But a gold was just like completely ridiculous that it was that easy.
This smells very fruity. This is that last one still.
Yeah, that's this one.
The sour.
Larry's latest
sour. What? Like, is there
sour
a flavor on it?
Just sour. Just a regular ass.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's not
this one's
it's not
good.
awful. Well,
Blueberry jam. Blueberry jam. We jamming.
So, one thing I've talked about this before too, because I feel like they're going to go even farther next year with dropping the overalls down. So I'm kind of anticipating like lower overalls and then maybe bring back the captain card and stuff. Like I don't know, you know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe not obviously not like the change teams and all that, but
I like that idea. Show the gamer tag in the auction house and not the team name. That way you can try to message somebody out about
or even like a comment, 100 character comment box in the
slide the DMs about getting my heroes or whatever.
Yeah, like you know what I mean, just stuff like that. Or even I've seen stuff about bring collections back to keep the keep the auction house right. Stuff like that.
I try to think of what the other EA franchises do better than NHL, like the Madden Ultimate Team and FIFA Ultimate Team. And it's hard to compare them because in NFL, they don't have to buy the license rights to these players like they do in NHL. Neither do they do in FIFA. But FIFA has like 70,000 teams full of players that they can make better cards of. So you're not going to see the same type of players all the time. And then like NFL has the same thing. They have every player's rights that's ever played, and they can make cards from all of them. And there's 53 people on a team, as opposed to the NHL, who has 31 teams, 20 players on each team, and they don't get the rights to 40 other old guys that used to play. So it's hard to compare unless they can get the rights to KHL guys or get the rights to a lot of the older.
Well, one thing that it bothers me is like that I'm curious about is when they get these rights, is it like, for example, like you're Rob Blake. Do I go to you and say like, hey, we'll pay you this much to make one card of you? Or do they say, I'll pay you this much and we can,
right, for like a year or whatever.
Yeah, because I'm curious because like there's been so many people that they just don't use.
Right.
Like people would love like an upgraded Sullivan, an upgraded.
It's true.
While
they're putting out these.
I mean, they did come out with like the Brindamore.
Right, but they're doing like the Niedermeyer, Madonna, whatever. But it's like, I don't.
Some of those heroes are like
maybe a better Jeff O'Neill.
Some of those heroes are like cards that people really want to see, though. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like even some of the goalies, like Mike Vernon, he's popular.
Right. Any of them, as a better card because they were all popular to use at the start of the year.
Yeah.
A lot of people that was the team. If you had heroes on your team and a couple of the new legends, you were stacked. And now, like,
I feel like one thing they listened about is that Chelios. Because I feel like he was like one of the popular guys talked about, like, man, I wish I could get a Chelios. And like, you know, like you always see people talking about like Matt Sundin, Chelios, and like Hasek and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, and then this year they gave us Hasek this year,
and he sucked.
Yeah, but I mean he's there. So, my favorite card is the Master Set Yager.
How did you acquire such things?
Yeah, he bought it for me with his coins, and you know,
if we didn't talk about it, I sold my entire team. I had two full forward lines of 99s. My third line was Evo Crosby, Evo Malkin, Evo Ovechkin. I had like 4 99 defensemen. So got about $4 million out of it. Ended up selling all of the movable coins over this way. But
oh yeah, what's your team look like now? Then
I got a Flashback Myers on my team.
His card actually looks pretty good.
He's got some speed for being 6'8". He's not like a Chara, and he's right-handed.
Remember, I loved Tyler Myers last year, or was it 2 years ago? I think it might have been 2 years ago. I actually used him forever.
Yeah, I got a 99 Evo Line A. I got a bunch of 95s. I got Kachuk. I got the Team of the Year Aho. I love Aho. I got Team of the Year Sergachev, McAvoy. I got like Valeno, Team of the Year. Who the fuck else? I got some other shitty. Basically, I just try to get as cheap of a team as I could and still have a pretty decent roster. I think my shit's still 99 and like 96 or something. So somehow I downgraded and still end up playing the same.
Who's your goalie?
Trade deadline Bishop.
Okay.
And then I have the Team of the Year Jonas Hiller backing up because I'm afraid to put him back in starting position after what happened to the last time.
I bumped Bishop, trade deadline Bishop down to my backup because I picked up Evo Fleury, Marc-Andre Fleury. He's been doing tight. I wanted to throw a 99 goalie in net because I just feel like at this point everyone has 99s. So I wanted to try that out. He did kind of let in one awful goal. This dude like streaked down to like my goaltending, the goal line down there, and like shot it sideways, and it like from this way hit Fleury's glove and went in, which was pretty terrible. That's like
so it's realistic as fuck.
Yeah, that's like the only bad goal he's left in.
What the fuck is that?
Are we studio Elvis juice? It's bad. It's bad.
And I like grapefruit.
I didn't see it.
It's a grapefruit.
Oh, it smells like grapefruit.
Grapefruit IPA.
I need to try this blueberry.
Gin and juice. That blueberry is fucking blueberry.
Ooh, that is good. It's good AF.
Good A. Oh yeah, we got those Vegas upgrades too. In case you're wanting like an 87 Tatar.
Dude, the first thing I did is
Brad Hunt.
I wondered if they just like bumped up the old ones. I was like, don't tell me, because someone spec'd on that and made $1 million off of it.
Oh god.
So what do you think the offensive team of the year is going to look like then?
Probably you could basically book a line as Crosby, Ovechkin, Malkin, I think. We haven't seen Kucherov or Stamkos on one. That's probably going to be them with
Giroux or something.
Probably sounds about right. We already got Matthews and McDavid on the young guns. They're still doing it the same way. 3 lines of NHL players.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Who else we got up in the top 10 there? That's that needs a card.
Gaudreau,
McKinnon,
Phil Kessel, possibly McKinnon.
McKinnon's like the MVP. Possibly Taylor Hall. We didn't get Taylor Hall yet, right?
Right. So there's some room to guess.
Somebody's getting left out.
Yeah. Honestly, it could be Crosby. Like they left Ovi off last year. It could be Ovi again.
But that's the thing is they already have good enough cards that I don't.
So
think
hang
they're
on.
gonna
So if a guy, that's kind of weird. Like, one thing I'm just curious because they left. Like, say they said no 99s till Team of the Year. You know what I mean? And then they like that McDavid upgrade. He came out the same day Team of the Year dropped. He got a milestone, but his milestone was still just a 98. So like, say Ovi misses Team of the Year and gets a milestone next week. Is it gonna? Will they give him a 99 finally, or is it just gonna be another 98?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I wonder because has that happened yet? I'm trying to think. I don't think so because Malkin, all the
like
all,
698.
yeah, because like all the guys that are 98s are like gonna be on offensive Team of the Year. So I don't think we haven't been able to figure that out yet.
I would say the MVP candidates, McKinnon, Malkin, all those guys are pretty much locks. Maybe Crosby gets left off, maybe Ovechkin, but I think Taylor Hall should probably be a lock too, honestly. I think look at the top 4 MVPs should be all on there for sure.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to find out next. Find out next.
Fuck Elvis. Elvis is a bitch.
So we had. I was happy to see that
Watch out, man.
we had another. That's on Netflix too.
Shout out to Dude Cox.
I'm glad that they did come out with Rob Blake. I feel like they kind of listened on that
But
too.
his card kind of sucks.
At what point are they going to make like flashback cards higher overall? Like I feel like 94s and stuff are just, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, for the team I have now, that Tyler Myers is a 94 is good, but I don't know how his stats equal out to a 94. It doesn't really make sense. All of it, like almost every one of his stats is higher than 94.
Maybe he has. I heard saw someone on Reddit say he has horrible awareness.
I mean, it's like in the 90s, or it's like 91 or something, which that's not. And then you got all 5 team centers active. It's
Right. He's like, actually, if you think about it, him being a 94, it's like his Hut Hero card, basically.
right.
It's like the same card. But still, like they came out the 96 Sittler, and then they kind of back off.
Right. So, what the fuck is the point of them still releasing Evos? And are they going to? Because we speculated on it, I believe, 2 weeks ago. Was this the last week they're going to release Evos? Team of the Week comes out, or Team of the Week came out. Like, are they going to keep doing it? And they dropped 2 more weeks of Evos that nobody gives a fuck about.
The Letang Evo I thought was cool, but
I think
the upgrades.
the common thing in these Evos is that they're all playoff teams.
Yeah.
I mean, or borderline playoff teams in the Avalanche, so basically they're all probable playoff teams. Right. So maybe they get these, and they don't have Team of the Year, so they don't have to worry about their Evos or whatever. The Team of the Year is getting an upgrade because. Oh, I got that on here. If you're looking for the playoff,
yeah, we're gonna
go real hockey here.
Switch it up here towards the end of the episode, or to take us to the end of the episode. Any other hot questions from the gallery out there? Well, before we switch gears here and start talking about actual NHL stuff.
Yeah, I'll get with you later about that deal, man. I don't know if I sell him, I'm not gonna have a team right now, and I'm just trying to play some games tonight. So we'll see about that there, MLG. Let's start in the Western Conference. The number 1 seed in the West right now, the Vegas Golden Knights. Nobody saw this. I don't think anybody saw this coming. So the Vegas Golden Knights would be playing Anaheim right now, which I think that's a extremely tough matchup for Vegas.
Wrap them off real quick so I can just make a bracket.
San Jose and LA, love that. They're gonna kill each other. Nashville, St. Louis, which is shout out to St. Louis for turning it on after trading Stastny.
Trade Stastny and then they turn up.
Yeah, injuries and everything all year, and they're just like, yeah, we're making the playoffs anyways. Fuck off. And then we got Colorado. No. Winnipeg, Minnesota, which is another good one. 2 super fucking hockey cities up there in the north busting off. Right. And then we got the the number one team in the Eastern Conference, the Boston Bruins. This one, they'll be playing the New Jersey Devils right now. And then we got Tampa, Toronto. Then we got Washington, Philadelphia, which I think would be a pretty good series. And Pittsburgh, Columbus. CBJ.
Yeah. You want no part of that series. Is that right, MLG? So we're gonna just kind of run through these matchups real quick, and I want to see what you think on them. So Vegas and the Ducks.
Honestly, everybody thinks that Vegas is gonna start faltering when come playoff time, just like they thought that they weren't gonna run this all year. Anaheim's a tough team to play against, but Anaheim really has bad defense. They have really one pretty decent line.
Oh, I fucked up this bracket. I'll figure it out though, because these would be together and these together.
Oh, right, because of the
division.
No, they're in the same division.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, I read it wrong. Okay, you're right.
I think Vegas is going to be Anaheim if they end up playing them. I think Vegas is as good as they look. I think they have a really good mobile defense. They have a veteran goaltender. They have guys like Carlson, who stepped up this year, James Neal, who's been there a million times. It's not like they're a team of nobody that's been killing it this year. They have a pretty good team, and they just keep showing it. And I honestly don't think it matters who they play in the first round. I think they're gonna run it.
I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with the Ducks here, just based off pure playoff experience.
Their goaltender has zero playoff experience too.
Would be all right. So I'm gonna go with the Ducks. But
San Jose and LA.
Yeah, that one.
Please. Honestly, no matter if it's Anaheim and San Jose or Anaheim and LA or any of those
three combo of those three teams,
they are going to kill each other.
The triple threat.
By the way, I do believe that I think LA and Anaheim are playing each other tonight, which they might have already called in a game or something. Let's see.
I think didn't
holy shit. Sabres Predators 5-4 in the second period.
Jesus. Yossi primetime incoming. I still need him to upgrade to 94 on my bottom D pairing.
Oh, Kyle Oposo's got 2 goals. Anyways, move on to the next one. San Jose and LA. I think San Jose is super underrated. I don't think LA's got it anymore. LA has some of the worst, bottom 6 in the league.
Especially the Sharks, since getting Kane at trade deadline, they've pretty much turned up also.
And they're gonna
because they were down there with
right.
They were
in the wild card
teetering and outside looking in. I'm gonna go Sharks.
Yeah, I got Sharks too.
And LA's just been super sketchy. Quick hasn't been playing good at all this year.
They have a weird forward combination. Everybody was hurt. They just don't.
And Carter hurt or
Carter came back.
Okay.
But they just Pearson and Toffoli have been what they were before. And
Nashville, St. Louis.
I think this is going to be I think this one's going probably 7 games.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tougher series than everyone's assuming, but I do think Nashville will come out on top on that one.
I think Nashville gets it in 7 games.
Yeah.
But St. Louis is good.
Go ahead, MLG. But I do one thing I do want to say about these brackets is once the official bracket comes out, we might cook up some kind of bracket competition between some of the viewers and stuff. If you guys want in on that. And I just want to mention one last thing about Hut is my team's through the roof stacked, but once I am tired of playing this year, I'll be giving away my entire team. And it's, not to one person, but it's full of 99 Evos and Ultimate Legends and all that stuff. So I'm going to do it. Honestly, I'm going to do it subscription based. So basically, I'm gonna just put a video up and say, hey, once we hit this many subscribers, I'll give away a 99, and I'm gonna do it the whole way until my whole team's gone. 80K right now. I want to pick up an Eagle that could upgrade.
Honestly, it depends on what kind of position you want.
Yeah.
But
I think you kind of missed that window.
unless you're going for guys, I think those last 2 weeks, guys are going to make the playoffs on good teams that could get.
I guess
kinda
it
all
depends on what kind of upgrades
Right.
you're talking about. Like playoff upgrades are a giant possibility.
Because they kind of give them out all willy nilly. Like this
Yeah.
guy won, this guy had a game winning goal, this guy did this, and they give out like 4 or 5 a night or something
Right.
sometimes. So
Like I think Johansson could be huge because I'd expect Nashville to make a deep run, and his Evo is probably going extremely cheap. Couture also, and Letang.
Torrey Cruz.
Those would be guys. I feel like he's probably a little more expensive though, because he is like a 93 already.
A
little more expensive.
I don't know if he's. I don't know what his price is, but Torrey Cruz is having his best year. He took a huge step up when all our people got hurt, and Carlo broke his leg today. So not officially, I don't think yet, but he broke his leg. So once Chara and McAvoy come back, we're gonna. Is Thornton coming back? How do we know?
He's already skating, so
That motherfucker played through an ACL injury before. So
guarantee Thornton will be back in the playoffs.
Come playoff time, that big nasty beard is going to be on the ice.
He has too much heart for a veteran hockey player to miss some playoffs. He will be out there. So Thornton is super cheap too. I sold one for 20K the other day just because I wanted to make sure I sold it. So because I gave up on him because my team, even if he were to get a Stanley Cup card or a playoff card, my team's too stacked to even use him pretty much. So I gave up on him. Jets in Minnesota.
I think the Jets might be the deepest team in the Western Conference.
I think that is going to be the nastiest second round game out of this playoff year.
Nashville, Winnipeg.
Yes, usually there isn't a lot going on in the West that excites me. Like I watch a lot of the East games because of the Penguins,
and because we're in the, we're not in the West too.
Right, and it's always the late game. So it's and I work, so but yeah, I'm going Jets here.
I'm gonna say Eichel getting in prime time. Eichel's got an assist, 2 assists, 3 assists, 4 assists for Eichel right now because Poso just scored at the end of the period.
Nice.
6-4 at the end of the second.
Them end of the year upgrades.
What's crazy is Buffalo needs to lose to trying to tank a little bit and get the. But yeah, I picked up an Eichel for 60K the other day.
Right. So at least mine.
Yeah, I definitely think. I think Minnesota's really good. Minnesota's a deep team defensively, and they have really good defensive forwards. And if Parise finally gets back and starts playing decent, they're good. If Dubnik's playing good, they're good. I think they're going to give the Jets a decent series. I don't think any of these series are going to be sweeps. I think San Jose might have the easiest time on all 4 of them in the first round, but
I don't know, man.
I think the Jets are the deepest team forward-wise that there is. They have a Kyle Connors on their third line. They have 3 completely stacked lines.
I feel like isn't Line on their third line? Or
yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on how, but they have 3 good centers. They have Ehlers and Line and Kyle Connor and Brian Little and Stasny. And
they're only going to be better next year too.
And their defense is good too. They got Bufflin and Myers, and they're pretty stacked up there. And Hellbuck has on a breakout season for a goaltender. So we're gonna go to the East, or we're gonna go.
We'll go East and then we'll go back.
Boston, New Jersey.
I mean, I got to go Boston, definitely. Boston's the hottest team right now in the NHL, honestly. I feel like they're playing with the heart of champions.
Yeah, and it seems like it doesn't matter right now who's out of the lineup. Just keep winning. You picked up Ryan Donato out of nowhere, and he's killing it. Had another 2-point game today. They had 2 rookies. They had Jake DeBrusk and Ryan Donato on Krejci's wings today, and that line absolutely destroyed. So a team, they destroyed the Panthers, who were playing as desperate as they could be for a playoff spot. And I just think if that Krejci line, whoever's on Krejci's wings, plays like they can, we already know what Bergeron and Pasternak and Marchand are going to do. if you have a second line playing that well, it's going to be pretty easy Boston victory in that one because they'll shut down the Taylor Hall line. That's all they need to do.
Tampa and Toronto. So to make it clear, we both went Boston there.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I honestly,
I'm gonna jump in there and go Toronto.
I worried about from the start. I worry if we end up playing Toronto, I worry that Toronto's going to be too much for us. They have a ton of speed up front. They have good goaltending. They got pretty decent defense. They got a coach who's been there forever. Not there forever, but a coach has been there. And I think Tampa's kind of like ripe for an upset, which is weird that you're picking Toronto.
I'm going Toronto.
I'll pick Tampa, but I think that I'd be very worried about if I was going to put money on that one. I don't know how well I feel about it.
Tampa has to be favored in the series. Toronto will be underdog.
Yeah, but I just think Toronto's got a ton of speed and just all kinds of problems for anybody if they play in the first round.
I mean, I don't expect Toronto to make a deep run. I feel like they're like a year, possibly 2 years off of making a deep run. Because this, especially like at trade deadline, they didn't really extend themselves and make a move.
But they kind of did it last year.
There was like talk that they should have went for Mike Green because they don't really have that defenseman that can shoot.
I think part of what they did was them not trading James Van was kind of like their trade deadline move because he's probably gonna leave for sure and be a free agent. That's like a trade deadline move that they're not going to get what they could have got for him. And then they signed Marlowe in the offseason, so it's kind of like they kind of loaded up before the year. But yeah, I could see them beating Tampa. And Tampa's.
I mean, they took the Capitals. Not that I think the Capitals are pretty much shit as far as I'm concerned. I hate on them more than any team probably, but they did take the Capitals to 7 last year. So so speaking of the Capitals. Washington versus Philly. If that's the matchup, I mean,
yeah, these are
hypothetical
as they stand today.
Yeah,
or right now, probably this could change by
this
the end
is
of the night.
probably not even including tonight's games.
It's including today's games because I checked Boston being in first place because they weren't in first place before they won tonight or today. But so yeah, it could change by the end of the night too. Some of these wild card teams in the West are a point apart from each other.
The East are all close, or 2 of them are close, and one of them's a point down, I think.
I think this is going to be an entertaining series. I think Philadelphia is super underrated. I think that they have one of the best young D-cores in the East, and even though they still have Andy McDonald's bitch ass on their team, but I actually think Philly's going to win. I was trying to put it through my head, but I think Philly's really good, and if they got everybody healthy up front, their goaltending situation is just gonna. I guess it matters how Mrazek plays or whoever the hell their goalie is, but Mrazek's super streaky.
I'm struggling to decide, honestly. Hang on, I just feel like. I don't know, man. I'm just not big on the Flyers, but I'm not really big on the Capitals either.
I fucking hate the Flyers.
Yeah. I feel like the Capitals are probably going to pull it off and win it. And I don't really know why I'm basing it off of that. I just feel like they're the kind of team that loses in the second round and not the first.
they upgraded from a few years ago.
Yeah. So I'm going to go Caps. And you go Flyers. So Pittsburgh and the Blue Jackets.
Honestly, I think if Pittsburgh didn't have the mystique of being the back-to-back champions, I would think a lot harder about Columbus possibly upsetting them. Columbus is pretty deep forward-wise too, and Columbus has at least one really good deep pairing, and Bobrovsky in net. Which we've seen how Pittsburgh's run when Murray hasn't played well or Murray's been out. They've struggled pretty hard. And I think that either way, this is probably going to be a long series for Pittsburgh if they win it. But I'll take Pittsburgh in 7.
Yeah, I'm going to be not biased because this is the last 2 years I've felt way better about Pittsburgh than I do this year. Murray just has been like not the goalie I want him to be this year. He can't stay healthy. He's not playing good. And then our backups are just shaky. Every now and then they have the game of a lifetime. They're like, oh yeah, they play like they can carry the title being the backup. And then the next night they are getting scored 4 goals on in the first period and getting pulled.
You really missed how good it was to have Murray and Fleury last
Even
year.
though I hated Fleury going into the playoffs, it was just like
Having 2 starting goalies
Yeah.
for the last 2 years has been a really good, really huge.
I took him for granted, honestly.
Yeah.
I did. So, I do feel, and the Blue Jackets have had a few games here where they put up like 6 and 5 goals and stuff. So
that could be one of those Murray fucking
Right.
shut it down.
So-
he gets pulled in the first period game.
but the only reason why I'm gonna go Pittsburgh is because we are also that team that can put up 6 and 5 goals, and
Right, it's playoff time. It's
we are
like that.
also that team. So I really don't think this is going to be a goaltender matchup. It's going to be who can score more.
It could. I think that Columbus has a big advantage goaltending wise if Murray's playing anywhere like he's been playing this year. Bobrovsky's a Vezina winner. He's a pretty good goalie. And if they get, if they play like they can, that defensive matchup all series, I think that favors Columbus probably.
All right, now let's drop back to the West and run through these divisional final matchups.
You had Ducks San Jose,
Yeah.
and I had Vegas San Jose. That's tough, but I honestly think Vegas is.
Think they're that good?
I think they win that series. I just think that they forward wise they still match up with San Jose well. I just think they're right there with them.
Do you think that they can play? See, I feel like if they go long in the first round with and happen to beat the Ducks, because I have them losing, I just don't think that they can play the physical game the Ducks are going to play.
See, well, they've been playing the West all year, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've been playing that Western Conference style all year, and
I just feel like when you're playing the Ducks each and every night in, night out, I don't think they're going to be able to take the Ducks, especially if it goes like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
If they beat the Ducks, they're going to be a little worn out for the Sharks. But regardless of that first round matchup, I'm going San Jose anyway. So, and you're going Vegas. So different brackets here. Like I said, we'll get more official on this and get nicer brackets out. We'll go over each week on Hut's Tight because this is, Hut's dying down, but we're going to continue the cast. So we're pumping out episodes, maybe not as often, but we will be getting episodes out.
We both had the same matchup.
Yeah.
Nashville, Winnipeg.
That's going to be, I'm telling you, that's going to be the match of the playoffs. That is going to be a huge match.
I think this is the coming out story for Winnipeg this year, and they're going to have I don't think they're going to have an easy time with Nashville at all because Nashville you saw what they did last year. They're a complete team. They have a possibly Vezina winning goalie this year, stacked defense, just lines and lines of guys, kind of like how Pittsburgh does it. Except without the huge stars, but Pittsburgh does it with the forechecking and the speed and everything. But I think Winnipeg is going to beat Nashville.
I love Winnipeg's team. Their team just like, I feel like if I was like a GM or something, I would want to be throwing in on Winnipeg's team. But honestly, with Smashville having home ice, they're going to have to play in that loud arena.
Winnipeg's going to be wilding out, too,
I know.
for 3 games that series.
But I just feel like
Winnipeg used to do the whiteout back in the day when they had the old-ass arena. They even brought it to Phoenix. Everybody would wear white, and they had the top thing was like hanging over, and they were loud as fuck in that little tiny place back in the day.
I'm going to go Nashville. So we got mixed feelings here again. But I'm going to go Nashville. I'm not even I'm not big on Nashville. I knew we were going to beat them in the finals last year, even though everyone was hating. I knew we were going to beat them. And in my opinion, we beat them handedly. I know they're different. I know it's different, but So back to the East here. We're going to keep going back and forth. Boston, and
Tampa for me.
for you and Toronto for me.
I think Toronto. I think they're both tough matchups. But honestly, you've seen how we played against Tampa this year, and I think that as long as Tuca's on his game, I think we're beating Tampa probably in 7. Especially if we end up first and we have the home ice in that series. So I'll take Boston in a close series in 7. Probably have a lot of 2-1 games.
I'm also going to go Boston because honestly, I think Boston's going to go to the Cup. So
with a team that wasn't even supposed to be this good, how did this happen?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm going to say Penguins are going to win the Stanley Cup, but I'm not going to make my bracket say that, but obviously that's what's going to happen. So down here we got you got the Flyers. I got yet again Pittsburgh versus the Capitals.
I told you a couple weeks ago that I need a Pittsburgh Philly series like I need air to breathe.
All right.
If you guys remember back, it was probably 5 years ago at this point, that Philly, I think it was a first round series, Philly Pittsburgh series where neither goalie could stop the fucking puck. Giroux and Crosby were trying to kill each other. Every game was entertaining. I was probably one of the most entertaining series I've ever seen. I think this will be an entertaining series, even if Pittsburgh beats the shit out of Philly, which I think is a great possibility.
Full can.
I think Pittsburgh takes Philly in that one, and
I'm also going Pittsburgh.
I'm also just waiting for somebody, waiting to pick against Pittsburgh at this point. But it'll be next. We haven't played you guys in a series for a while too.
Last time we did, Bruins swept us. So while we're in the East, I got the conference. We both have the same conference final on the East, and you're looking at it right here.
It's weird how that happens.
I don't understand it, but
that's a good possibility. I mean, Tampa. Anything can happen, but
I really think the East is just stacked, and I think anything can happen over here. Like honestly,
that's true. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose in the first round if we're not playing New Jersey. I don't think there's any. Whoever plays New Jersey is going to beat New Jersey. But
I don't know, dude. Like when I look at the East, I'm just like, damn, that's a lot of good teams. Like honestly, we could absolutely lose to the Blue Jackets in the first round. So
especially if you get a meltdown from Murray.
Yeah,
meltdown Murray.
It could be bad, dude. Which I know when Penguins play bad, Sullivan rips their asses. I know he does, dude, because I feel like when they play bad, like if they have a bad game, they get beat like 6-1. The next game,
so they did in the final last year.
Yeah, the next game they do not fuck around. So Boston Pittsburgh conference final.
Yeah, like I said, I've been waiting to pick against Pittsburgh, and this is where I'll do it. I don't know that I really think that Boston's going to end up in the Stanley Cup Finals, but especially I think we have a better chance of doing it if somebody beats Pittsburgh. But I'll pick Boston.
You know what's crazy? The only two Eastern Conference Finals matchups that I can see is Boston versus Pittsburgh or Boston versus the Capitals. But I didn't pick,
right.
That's like the only Eastern Conference Final I can see. And I'm going to go Boston in this also, even though I'm going to sit here and tell you Pittsburgh's going to win the Cup. but on a bracket, that's what I would pick is Boston. And on the West, we got you got the Jets versus Vegas, and I got Nashville versus San Jose.
I think the Jets are winning the Cup this year.
And I'm going Nashville and then Nashville. So I think Nashville will beat Boston just because I'm not going to pick them to win the Cup.
All right. Awesome.
So we'll get a more official bracket and a little bet going between us.
Well, shit. I don't think we got anything else, do we?
Yeah, not really.
I'm waiting to smash on the giant piece of that pizza. But I've been talking a bunch.
Yeah. So as far as Hut goes, offensive team of the year, we originally were going to do another episode after offensive, but we're gonna hold off on that just because team of the year has not been the thrill that everyone was hoping for.
I think the first week it came out, it was cool, and it's like it's happening, and then it's just like I didn't even know who the Young Guns Team of the Year was until today.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're, you know, the hype just isn't there. Usually like the only way to get 99s is the Team of the Years, and it's just not that way this year. I still love playing the game, and I've been playing the shit out of it, but I've also been branching out and playing
I bought
some Gears of War and some Fortnite and stuff like that too.
I bought the South Park game, Fractured Butthole. A Fractured Butthole, which is they took the A out of it. They took the A out of it like to market it, but I beat the first one, Stick of Truth, a long time ago when it came out, and it was pretty awesome. And I stayed until about 6 a.m. last night cranking out some South Park.
Yeah.
So I'll do that again. I'll probably be on there to make sure I qualify for all the Hut Champs and at least get my games in.
I didn't qualify for Hut Champs.
Dude, you know what I did? This is actually a good story. So last time I did it too, I qualified during the first round, and then I quick sold my thing so I could get it. Right. So quick sold it so I could get in there and play warm up games for the Team of the Year, you know, regular seasons. And then last night I did it. I think it was last night, or was it 2 nights ago? Whatever it was, I did it. I quick sold the first round of it, and then I didn't realize that there was an hour and 10 minutes until the qualification season was over. So I was like, shit, I gotta play 3 games in an hour and 10 minutes, and I also have to like win and qualify. It's super grapefruity and just
dude.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's like bitter.
It's like fake grapefruity. Like I like grapefruit flavor. That's not good.
Yeah, it's gross. It's not even like,
I almost got another one of these.
I don't
beers,
even
too.
taste like a crisp
Right. It's not.
of beer.
Oh, it's gross.
Got this peach.
Real man beer.
Yeah, got this Red's peach, the hard shit.
But anyways, I think we're probably gonna we'll see when the next stream starts popping off. I don't even know. You know, I guess we'll figure it out. 2 weeks from now, probably again. We'll see if that happens. But
We'll see what's going on after Team of the Year. See what kind of set they got.
maybe
We'll come back in. Maybe do just not an episode, but a quick showing off our playoff brackets.
right.
I think we might actually draw up our brackets right here on our big dry erase board that we got.
Yeah, you can't see it.
Yeah.
It looks just like this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Except it's
So it's massive dry erase board. So we'll probably draw it up on there, and that way we can give you video updates. Other than that, this has been episode 12 of Huts Tight, and going up on the off season. But
don't drink Elvis juice.
yeah, I feel like that's like the only beer that we're both kind of like, yeah, fuck that.
Sucks.
So, but this has been another episode of Huts Tight. Huts Tight.
Whoa! I gotta hit the end stream thing. Get the extra. I was about to pick the pizza up. Sorry. Still going? All right.